कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. Yes, Monday morning, and Cyrus says, and I'm here in the studio, and I'll explain why I'm here in the studio, and that is because Eknath Shinde and his minions are driving me nuts, so I don't want to be there. I ran away from home. I said I cannot spend another minute there with these people sitting in chairs in the middle of the road, and now all the mehmans who come to visit, 10 million of them on Sunday. Sunday is the worst day. They stay there on Monday morning waiting for darshan or whatever. So I couldn't bear it. I said I'd rather be at work. Of course, this is not really work. This is just rubbish. But then work should be rubbish. In India, a lot of work is rubbish. It's fair to say. And rightly so. I think if we all thought work is rubbish, we'd be a happier people. Speaking of rubbish, Abbas is still to come in, so we are waiting for him to make up the foursome. We are the Beatles, but Ringo is missing, and a fat Ringo, I may say. We can call him what we want. He's not here. He can't hear.
Yeah, you're talking about
Abbas is fat. Abbas is fat. Because it's what we want now, right?
You're talking about work being rubbish. Abbas is rubbish at his work.
Yeah, he is. Yes. And Meghnad, we should sledge people when they're late, right? Isn't that fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thoda kunnas bhi nikal jata usme, I think,
I
and then we'll be happy to see him because he's been so abusive.
And about 10 minutes we shall
as people who are on time know, it gives us moral superiority over people just by default.
Even though I just made it, I feel morally superior.
You just made it is good enough. You made it. Yes. But Meghnad, the main point is that we are so petty now that it feeds the pettiness that's already there in the individual. You can find one fault in somebody else. I live off that. All my life I just find a fault, although I have 20,000 more than that person, but I just do it loudly after that. And being late is a huge one.
Yes, absolutely.
But I do worse things. I make people feel bad about being cold. Like Parsis holding his body like it's going to fall apart, and my armpits are sweating. So now I'll just lord over him about tu vegetarian khana khata hai bahut and all that, make him feel bad, etc. I don't know why I do that.
In Bombay, I eat vegetarian food.
Okay, Meghnad, how we've destroyed your intellectual capacity. How you just say nonsense now? What is your point?
Bombay, randomly, I ended up eating more veg food than...
No, sadak khana you mean?
Yeah.
You mean you ended up because you were eating with other people always?
No, 1 second. You're talking about food from the road, like our normal...
road is all
pav
veg food only.
Pav bhaji and bhel puri and all, sandwich and all that. Okay,
but our roadside is all Indian, all veg food only.
I'm a big fan of our roadside food. It honestly is not bad as far as food goes. But you can't compare it obviously to a great meal you're going to have in your Paris restaurant when your pretend days as a communist are over, Meghnad. Because aapke piche dekh sakte hain ki the whole Pragati Maidan is there. See the size of his bloody house, yaar.
Yeah.
What a bloody rip-off.
How many of those books have you read?
He's written all of them. Don't challenge him. This guy is a nerd.
Yeah.
Silvery is an actual nerd. We can't mess with this guy, okay?
Yeah.
He'll start quoting from those books and we'll look stupid. Correct. I told you about being petty. You don't know what it's like to be petty.
I have to tell you, Antariksh, about Cyrus's social media antics, okay?
Oh.
Yes.
I don't know
I
why,
saw this,
but so I've been stalking you guys, as you already know. So
Meghnad, sorry. 1 sec. Before you start the story, 1 sec. We have a breaking news moment. And look at the pace with which the giant, lack of another word, grotesque groin body part has walked in. And very slowly, like a huge lumbering hippopotamus who's getting out of the water, he's settling down. This is Abbas's entry into the... This is Amitabh Bachchan. If during Coolie when he was injured, this is that moment, I think. It's just very slow. Everything is just fading out. And look at him. He's still not hurrying. He doesn't have the hurry capacity, yaar. He doesn't have the hurry gene. Imagine the emergency. Abbas, save me. Aunga, man. It happened. Okay, while he sets up, back to Meghnad's story about our social media going the wrong way and how he hopes to rectify it. This will take 45 minutes.
Not rectify it, but it's like, so I was looking at your socials and you're not very active on Twitter. I think
I tried to get on Twitter in Alibag. I was there for 2 days, but it then said that you've joined from some wrong phone or something and started asking me to...
I mean, that's probably a phone where you're not signed into the account.
I don't know what it meant. I called Kosto, but he's sleeping. You can't call Kosto at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. 6:30 inshallah milega usko phone pe. 7:30 guaranteed PM. This is how we work. This is India.
So
but finish what you were saying. Yeah.
So last week, Kali basically July 16th ko parso. Cyrus suddenly becomes active on Twitter. Right, and
I sent a couple of tweets to him. Yeah, correct.
He says, "Dearest Meghnad, they have already put in more effort in 1 week
than we have in
6 years.
It's
Please
true.
don't continue the good work and spoil our name."
It's true.
Was that really you? Or
He's
was
too
that
good. He's too good for the show. I don't mean this as a compliment. I'm irritated.
For sure. Yeah.
Because,
yeah.
with due respect to you two guys, we're all okay here and
Yeah.
realize that we don't want to achieve anything. It's a government
don't
job.
want to
Let's keep
achieve
it that way.
No, I know you
Then
don't.
young Meghnad, Billy the
Meghnad is,
kid walks in,
trying to
guns
get
in the
structure
holster, and bang, karke. He wants to change the world. It's not right. It's too much for us, right?
That's
I
the
mean, he's so
the-
active. Meme, this, that.
Yeah.
Replies to memes. He's setting up another bloody web page. This guy's nuts. Anyway, we hope to break you slowly. That's our plan.
Yeah.
But that's
I
the entire conversation on the Discord server also, that Meghnad is just out here trying really hard to give this podcast structure, and it is inevitably going to devolve.
Paradoxically, he's the disruptor by doing good work. You
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
You will never survive in government because you're the kind of guy who comes in. You've read that famous Premchand story, Namak Ka Daroga. You got that one friggin' inspector who wants to do everything correctly. And everybody is against him. There's no way. The system is there. You can't come and do sincere work.
You have
You're
already
destroying.
broken me with my ₹1 $80 incident, okay?
That was so funny, boss. I thought you were actually saying something like, is it possible that you're giving hope to the world? I just filled diesel in the car and it come down ₹2. So I was already feeling minor miracle. It come down $94 on the weekend. Diesel.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Why are Meghnad's headphones bigger than
Oh,
his head?
finally he speaks with the emotion of a dying serpent. Did you hear that?
Why are
Meghnad's
Meghnad's headphones?
Is this your gaming
This is
setup?
Kishori Amonkar's
Yes.
last notes.
Also, I went on the
Why,
mic
yaar? Where's
Are
Shreyas
you
when you need
saying
him?
my speaking voice is as good as Kishori Amonkar's?
No, it's just a
singing
lack of
voice?
activity. You're a fantastic
Alright.
human being. You're like one of those animals
Thank
in a
you.
cage.
Thank you
who's
very
so
much.
bored. Yeah.
I'm not bored. I'm very excited.
No. Looking down, no, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
But
Back-
continuing Cyrus's
Hanji.
social media antics, because this is not the fun part. The fun part is when I responded to him. And I said, I got you to diss me on Twitter, so that's great. So someone responds there saying, we all know Cyrus is not tweeting, Kaustubh is.
Yeah.
Right? Someone, I
No,
don't know
those
who it is.
tweets were mine. That Kaustubh can't tweet like that. Kaustubh is a very sweet guy. He likes his tweets normally end with "Teri maa ki" something and all that. You know what I mean? It's very to the point that way.
Yes.
So that's our difference between
But
us.
then
Yeah.
the screenshot came somehow, and I think you only sent the screenshot from your phone. I don't understand.
No. I had lost interest after sending my two
Kaustubh
tweets.
sent it.
And then I was off to YouTube because I was watching this guy who had done a PR with one arm deadlift. So my mind is very scattered. I had lost interest in Twitter. But me and Elon
okay.
Musk, both of us
Fair
together
enough.
lost interest in Twitter.
Yeah, an interesting weekend.
And
So,
then
but no,
next,
bolo.
Cyrus says a Discord link on Instagram stories, and I was like, "This is Kaustubh." So I DM'd him, and basically I bonded with Kaustubh using Cyrus's account.
What was the
Then
link?
He
Tell me.
explained to me that Cyrus has fat finger syndrome.
That's
Did you
true.
know that?
I do have fat finger syndrome.
What is that?
Firstly, if you watch Saukar do a Cyrus Brocha impression, you'll die laughing.
Okay.
It's not a vocal, it's of me on the phone. See, I use only one finger. Now, how do I say this without giving trouble? Because I don't use the word handicap and all that, and people will say you don't use these words.
How do you type?
It's like, but I use
He
one
doesn't.
finger. I go
Like
tick,
how
tick, tick.
long does it take?
I'm very hard and harsh, and I like
Oh,
That's
God.
what
destroy
she
the
said.
phones and hurt my finger. But he's right. Meghnad is so quick to pick up on all these.
Yeah, wow.
12 years we've sat together. You guys have not noticed how badly
No
I
idea.
type.
Yes.
Huh.
So
I've never had a
he
conversation
basically
with
Fat
can't
finger
operate
syndrome.
social media because his finger is too fat, and he ends up clicking somewhere else.
That happens
Yeah.
all the
That's a
time.
real problem. So I
Bro.
suggested you should use an iPad or something, no?
But that's expensive.
Just carry around an iPad in his
You
pocket.
always think, Meghnad, always in one column is left column is the one thing and right column is the menu card ka pricing. So always
That's
think right
true.
column and left column simultaneously, please. I know you're a bit of a leftist with a big house. Look at the bugger. Panchil Park में रहता है बड़ा बेंच और 6 bedroom का house है बगीचा है.
Crazy.
He's got 7 menials working for him. What kind of communist is this? Jairam, chai please. That's not a communist.
Meghnad, can we get a house tour?
Yeah.
Can we get a house
We
tour?
don't have in one eye it won't fit, yaar.
Oh no, you
It
can't.
really won't happen. Go Prince of Wales Museum, beta. Yeah, and a partner, huh? It doesn't
Yeah,
call
partner,
a wife.
correct,
Partner.
yeah, correct.
Oh, I'm dying
How
to meet
will I
her.
take my webcam around the house?
You can just take a laptop also.
It's not a laptop, it's a desktop. So
Yeah,
it's
Boom.
fixed.
Wheel it around.
Arey, what is the wife there for? Come on. Sorry, partner.
Partner. Yes.
Dekha, can I tell you something? I interviewed both Salman Khan and Govinda and watched the movie Partner, and after that I've been struggling with the name. I'm being honest with you.
Shit, I just read Sparsh said आते हुए cafeteria से पानी लेते हुए आना. Sorry, dude. I just saw that message right now.
Wow. So now our show is what it really is. Domestic
Now
bliss.
I'm dying
Two
of water
men who
because
live
of
together in a
Abbas.
Yeah,
kitchen.
man, I'm also thirsty.
Oh.
Should we just
Yeah.
go get it?
Cyrus, can you get water for us?
I have fat finger syndrome. I can't carry the glass. Otherwise, I
Oh, okay.
promise
You
you.
would have. You would have.
I don't have an issue
Yes.
with doing that. I don't
Selfless.
go, I'm feeling bad to
Yes.
pick up a glass of water for you. I'll put it in my hand and make a drink from it, boss.
You
I'll
are
do
the
that
most
also.
on the outside of the towards the door.
I am.
Yes.
Metaphorically also. I'm
Yes.
a little bit away from everything.
Yeah.
Meghnad, have you
Yeah.
finished your discourse on how social media has changed your life? Or rather,
Right, I
our
have, I
interaction?
have some updates to give also then.
But listen, I did interact with you. That tweet was
Yeah.
from me, from Alibag, and I sent it
Yes.
to him because it wasn't going, and then he sent it to you. And I also sent something
Oh.
on Insta, but that was for my wife, because I thought she'll be
Acha.
happy, but she never saw it. And then we saw Cobra, and then my whole life changed. A Cobra on the property. It was very
Oh.
scary,
Oh,
guys.
that are those the pictures of you shirtlessly walking around?
That's not
Trying
called
to
a
find
Cobra. That's me just doing my thing and my wife taking pictures unnecessarily. I don't know
Oh,
why.
okay.
That was actually certainly candid. But the Cobra was also candid because my dog was barking. One of my dogs was barking, Peter.
Huh.
And normally they bark when all these buffalo now cross. Everything is porous, open. It's like line of control. People, Indians and Pakistanis walk around all the time. Let's call some of them bhais and some of them doggies. Okay, don't write in. Okay. So what happens is this is happening. So one doesn't take it seriously when little barking happens or whatever because it's like a country sort of atmosphere. And then suddenly the barking was a little too long. So I went just to double check what is it exactly.
Yeah.
And he was just 5-6 feet away from this. God, I got so scared.
A
guys.
shivling? Was there a shivling? Did you find a
Something-
shivling on your
something-
property?
it
Is it a
was-
Hindu property?
It was a bit, yes, it was. The shivling would have scared me more. You're right to say that. But what I saw was, I mean the hood like that, and and if you just bit the dog or something, they've got the capacity to kill an elephant, cobras.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. But the funny thing is that I moved him back, and as I turned to the partner to get the camera to take a picture, and literally I'm talking 1 second, the partner came running, super excited. Gone. Shivling gone.
Shivling gone.
Shivling gone.
Wow, yeah.
मेरा feeling गया मेरे ख्याल से. Shivling तो गया.
You know,
डूब
when
गया
the,
सर.
But
Gone.
this shivling thing is, I don't know how, but it's like a true thing that I've actually seen. I've actually seen snakes in Goa in our house. There was a tiny shivling in the corner of our bungalow, like on the outside. And
So you're saying
snakes
they
would
pray
come
to
there.
that?
Snakes would. I've seen 2 or 3 snakes around that thing.
You're telling a Muslim and a Parsi that.
I'm just saying, guys.
we believe you. We will not. We will not
Okay.
contradict whatever you
Yeah.
say.
We don't have plans to move yet, so ठीक है.
This is like that story, no, which urban legend that Ganesh Chatur के time पे गणपति का मूर्ति
दूध पीता है.
I don't know what to say.
Meghnad, this is not
I don't know what to say.
one country bumpkin telling you something was brought up by the RSS. This is one very Powai resident.
I
as
saw
freaking-
this.
as freaking hep as possible in this country of ours. I mean, that's it. No. Anyway. But who
Have you
knows?
guys
Maybe that
seen,
was a setup. Silvery, that was set up by one of your parents to make you a believer.
One second.
I guess they went to a market to get a
Otherwise-
snake.
So you are saying he became a Shaivite or he's a follower of a Cobra? Because this guy is crazy. He'll
I
just
don't
keep
think
get me
saying-
religious. Just
like
to
a
get me
young
religious.
Silvery is
into-
rebelling. कि
Yes.
नहीं मुझे भगवान में विश्वास नहीं है, मुझे
Yeah,
पूजा
yeah,
में
correct,
मत दिखाओ, etc. And the parent
so
is like,
true.
and then they bring in a few
Like
snakes,
snakes,
put it around
yes.
shivling, and then he's walking.
make a
by
shivling
there.
first.
And then-
Was there a
the
shank
parent-
in the background?
Yes,
Yes,
that's very
exactly.
important. You have to have that sound effect
Yeah, correct.
for
That's
to
exactly.
create the.
Every
Wow,
morning we
yeah.
are woken up by that sound, and since then, it's
Considering
sad.
his mom-
The parent is just casually walking by him and whispers. देख,
Yeah.
भगवान होता है.
No,
And
it's
then goes away.
Akashwani. My dad is speaking from the balcony, Akashwani type.
And consider his mom's a full-time
Beta.
doctor to
Yeah.
put 2 to 3 hours into pre-production for this with the sound effects and the father passing by and all that lighting बराबर भी होना चाहिए ना. After all, he's a young kid.
I can totally see Antariksh's dad paying off the Cobra. Like, ये ले, overacting किया तूने, चल.
चल रहे overacting. 10 रुपया काटा overacting का.
Okay, guys, I have some
Scary, huh?
updates to
Yeah.
give.
What these guys are saying, is it true?
Absolutely, 100%.
What?
My
The
dad
ma-
used to bribe snakes.
The manipulation of Silvery, unfortunately. A
Yes.
man who was against God. He was anti-God. And
He
today...
was a rationalist.
but today he can't go one step without saying Ram Ram.
Yeah,
Everywhere he
that's true.
goes.
Yeah,
Things
yeah.
have changed.
Jai Shri Ram. Say it.
Jai
Say
Shri
it.
Ram.
Oh, wow. That was easy. Converted, guys.
Converted.
Done. Sorted.
Yeah, converted.
So,
I used to even do the Ganpati Bappa slogan till my Marathi speaking friends said stop speaking in Marathi. It's irritating. They were sweet enough to say man kar tu ja. Kuch bhi bolo. You don't have to be a believer. We don't want you. You're out. I was benched from Ganpati celebrations. Can you believe it? Benched. Meghnad, about
we
the
have some
social media.
updates.
Now what you've done. Huh.
No, we have some updates. So,
By we,
the
matlab
Discord
you have done
server
it now.
is
What we?
thriving.
Abbas and Silvery have done sweet fuck all. Have you not followed the script? And I have
Excuse
fat
me.
finger. So
I was
तीन में
with
से-
Meghnad on a
Yes.
voice chat on
Yes.
Discord.
Was it late night? Because
It was
can't be
9
first half.
9 p.m.
हाँ 9 p.m. हाँ तो हो पाएगा ना 9 p.m.
Which is when I think we should record this show as well. I'll always be on time.
Right. I don't mind from Parsi general, one of those beds, you lie on them and the mic drops down. And,
Cyrus.
good. I'll be like you, Abbas.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, exactly. Sleeping time. Yeah.
And somebody,
Just after dinner for you.
under a shivling is Silvery.
सिल्वरी
Sorry,
शो पे
Abbas
आता नहीं
was
सिल्वरी
every night.
सिल्वरी शो पे प्रकट होता है सॉरी मेघनाथ गो अहेड
So, Abbas was a part of the first ever Cyrus Says fan interaction, I think.
यस
And
He was the fan.
was
We
the
paid
fan.
him. He was 9 p.m.
We were both,
आ गया time.
fans talking to other fans, and basically we were trying to figure out what to do on Discord. So we now have robots on Discord, Cyrus.
Oh.
One of them plays
1 second, Rishi,
music
robots.
that you tell them.
No,
to
no, if
play.
you
Talking about Abbas.
no, wait till you hear the
Robots, you
names.
can program to come on time. No, there can't be Abbas. Yeah.
Yes, well.
Also, robots have more
Arpit is saying
emotion.
Abbas was late for that as well.
He said, yeah.
Now you cannot
I
remove
like
the stigma
Abbas
of
said
shame.
robots have more emotion. That's very funny.
Yeah, I think so.
I was 7 minutes late for that.
I
too.
want to see Abbas have an orgasm.
Where was Antariksh?
I
Oh,
hope
he
it-
wasn't there at all.
I
Boom.
came here on time, okay?
Meghnad,
You
Meghnad.
speak after you come
Yeah.
on time.
I don't mean this in a vulgar sexual way, but I want to see him have an orgasm just to see what happens to him emotionally. Kuch
We
feeling
can,
है
we can, we
उसमें
can
या नहीं?
arrange that, yes.
I mean, what? How do
Oh,
we?
God.
You probably had 2 orgasms during the show and we don't know. You
Now
know,
I'm
because it's one of
imagining
those-
it. That
The
is
only
sad.
person who's had an orgasm on air was Shreyas when he tried
Yeah.
classical music.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
He
of
was
course.
playing his veena too strongly at that point. Stop it. Let's get back to Meghnad. Sorry. This
So
is the-
we have robots on Discord now. One of them plays music if you tell them to, and the second I'm trying to program to constantly play a random Cyrus Says episode. So every time you
so
go
it's
to your Discord,
Yeah.
you
How
will
does it
get
help us?
rolling in the
24/7
background.
Cyrus says radio station, Cyrus. Whenever you tune
Yeah.
in,
Now
there's
I'm
an
sounding like the Prime Minister. इसका मन की
There's
बात
an
हो something.
episode of
You
Cyrus
जबरदस्ती
playing.
करना पड़ेगा. Whether you like it or not, you're there. You're at a funeral and Man Ki Baat starts. There's nothing you can do. I mean, time and place, my brother. Time and place, Meghnad. We can't sell this concept with great difficulty. We're trying to find one time in one place. And you're just saying any time. I'm scared. Bro, I'm damn scared.
But
I
so
couldn't sell it.
we have also we've also got a lot of complaints against the meme reviews. So that is one.
No, against the meme concept or the meme review. The review is
The
fine.
the concept
That's- see,
and
that's
the way
different.
we are executing it.
So that's different. That's
Okay.
a
Yeah.
creative, what do you call it, criticism.
But
the
what
review
was
is
the
ob-
feedback?
Huh?
What was the feedback though?
So the feedback is that audio listeners are feeling left out, which I agree.
Okay,
So
fair.
You have to agree, Meghnad. What do you mean? Which I agree. Mushkil se I agreed it on this point because they can't
But Abbas
see.
tried to make it friendly for the audio listeners also. That
Oh
was-
God!
Very nice.
Abbas
Hey,
tells
man.
up the story in that slow, laborious fashion. They rather not hear the meme.
Yeah, it was just like the dead
As
One
you
It is
dog
a
is
woman
lifting his leg
looking
and
at-
going to urinate on something.
yeah.
Sounds drunk. For
So
some-
now the solution is which Abbas, me, and the others came up with.
Not
that
being
we
silvery.
will
Good.
Not- I
That's
was-
a criticism
Yeah.
of silvery. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
And
Yeah. No,
Cyrus
we will hold
also.
a meme contest.
But I
We
was
will hold a
available. They
meme
just didn't call me.
contest.
oh, okay.
Sorry, Meghnad. Now your father said he was trying to listen to the show, but everyone talks at the same time, no?
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah.
So
He
now
did-
I
he
think we
did
should
say
have. I've been saying this. We have to have electric prods in the anus, and Rishi controls it. So
Oh,
if I'm
no,
talking,
please.
I stop.
I do not second
why-
this opinion.
Why we'll
But-
not be able to find it?
No, he'll only prod it up my ass.
Oh, a familiar feeling. A familiar feeling for him. So we'll move on.
Actually, yeah, let's give it a try.
Bro, what the hell? You got somebody who's willing to do this.
Yeah, Meghnad.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
we are going to hold a meme contest every fortnight, and we will do one meme review every fortnight. So we are going to, and that will be towards the end of the live stream so that the audio listeners can tune out. Essentially, that is what we thought we should start with.
Why would we get rid of the? We have
Yeah,
this
we are
lovely
giving you a
descriptive voice.
dropout point.
Silvery or Abbas will describe it now. Why do we don't want anyone to tune out?
So for
You
the,
want me-
no, we will continue. We will describe and everything. We'll do that. But
you're
the
telling
audio
them to drop
listeners who
out.
Get annoyed. They can drop out.
Now this is like
That's
early
right.
Hitler.
No, but I-
we're already saying we don't want you. We don't want you.
If you
But
pay
I
me
don't
like
more,
that.
There's
pay me more, I'll describe it.
Pay me more.
Seductively also
What
I'll
do you
describe
think? Where do you think the
means.
money is coming from? What do we work for the Reserve Bank. Where do you think the money is? There's no money here.
On this
Yeah, guys
meme,
gone
you
mad.
see Drake saying no to something. On the
By
other
the
I think
way,
he works
Ayushi has a Ayushi has a
Oh.
message for you, Cyrus.
Yes,
I just
hi,
wanted to
Ayushi.
read that out.
Okay.
Pant scored an insane century yesterday and we
Yeah.
won the series. I know
Thanks.
it's not a cricket panel today, haha, but if you're looking for a joke, he gave his bottle of champagne to Ravi Shastri.
So that's not a joke.
I mean,
I
Wow,
you
just-
need more
Saurabh
utilized
Pant
there.
can play cricket, man.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
I know.
honestly, Pant, I think is the right thing because he's got a bit of a weight problem and he doesn't need to drink alcohol right now. We want to keep him fit because he's a superstar.
I
And
already
Ravi, on the
like
other
him.
hand, can put on weight. It's fine because he's retired. So I can understand that. Champagne is a heavy drink. If you've ever had champagne, you probably had a lot of champagne in your life. Right? Because you never come here on time. So I'm presuming you drink every night. Is it fair to say?
Do you pop
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Have you popped it?
I was-
Bro, I got hit on the
I
jaw.
was drinking it on the drive.
I got
Because
hit on
of
the
that
jaw.
cock.
I don't even drink
C-O-R-K?
anymore. The C-O-R-K. There's no need for you to spell it out. Thanks, Abbas, really. I mean, there's one guy who didn't figure that out when we said the cock. I mean, if there's just one guy like, what did you say? I mean, that guy should be shot. There's no question. But yeah, I got hit on the... It's a dangerous thing, huh? If they don't, like, aim it correctly because you can hit the ceiling.
How far were you from when you got it?
Maybe Abbas, but we're all standing around, no?
Oh,
This
you
guy,
just...
it hurt a lot, bro.
I'm sure.
Yeah, man. It's like oral.
So we have exciting topics. We have exciting topics today, Cyrus.
Yes.
The first one is one you will relate to extremely. Matlab,
Oh,
like, you will
Ayushi's
have a
point
lot
about
to
us winning
say.
the series, we were 4 for 100 odd, and then big partnership between the two, and we
Yeah.
skipped home with overs to spare. You don't talk cricket, Meghnad? You're a cricket
Yeah,
lover.
can I get water
don't
while
know,
you talk
I don't
cricket?
understand the game. I just.
But you said your dad
just
loves
have to read
cricket.
out the message. That's
One
it.
second,
you don't
your dad's
understand
a cricket
cricket?
lover and you're not a cricket lover. I mean, not at all.
No, I'm not.
You don't even
No, I'm
understand
not.
the game. you're
Maybe
saying.
that's the
Like,
reason
Welcome
why
to the
I'm
club.
not the cricket lover.
Yeah, that's true. It's either that, or always with parents, if they like something, you either like it or you absolutely don't like
Same,
it. There's
same.
no
Yeah,
in
my
between.
dad is also a cricket fanatic.
But I think
and
you're
I'm
like
not.
Kunal, you're a latent cricket lover who pretended it sounds cool to be an uncrickety. And you've worn this chap on your back for the last half.
No, I have
life
always
of yours.
mentioned 98 to 2005. Talk to me about whatever you want.
Okay.
I'll totally.
98 to 2005. Can you tell me what the name of the city of Mumbai was in 98?
Bombay.
No, it was Mumbai. They had already renamed it, bro. They had renamed it. So you don't know everything. You don't know the name of the
I thought it was
city.
cricket related.
They had renamed it, bro. They renamed it. But it's still the Bombay High Court and the Madras High Court. I want to bring that up every
That's
time.
true, yeah.
Bangalore High Court as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is it all the high courts can keep the name?
Also, Bombay
without a
Taco
complex?
Company.
Also,
Bombay
Bombay
Taco
Times.
Company.
Bombay Times is still
It
Bombay
exists.
Times.
Wow. Bombay Times, yeah.
Yeah.
Bombay Times, Bombay
But she
Times.
Karkaria was
There
like,
is
I
the
ain't
Shiv
taking
Sena
any
when
of
we
your
need them.
shit.
Why is
Yeah.
an action taken against Bombay Taco Company? Firstly, it should be tacos. No?
Tacos.
Shouldn't it be plural?
It
Yeah,
can be.
shouldn't
It can be a
Both are
singular
fine.
I mean, I
Yeah,
order, I
singular
only
also.
get one taco.
Yeah. Bombay Taco
I
Company.
mean,
But it
I mean,
is
that's a
not
little expensive.
Tacos Bell. It's Taco Bell.
That's true, but I don't know Spanish well enough, so we have to figure this out. It is IIT Bombay and IIT Madras. Tarun Kaushik is spot on.
I
So
know,
it's
yes.
Burger King, not Burgers King, no?
You're right. So we can't order plural. But
But it is McDonald's, yeah.
Yeah,
With an
McDonald's
apostrophe.
With an apostrophe. With an apostrophe.
Indians don't care
Right?
about it.
And it's Pizza Hut, not
India mein
Pizza's
apostrophe
Hut.
nahi
It
chalegi.
is Domino's though.
We-
Again with an apostrophe though.
With an
No, but we
apostrophe.
don't believe in apostrophe. We believe in tikka. We don't have that. Meghnad, sorry if it's too much. tell me.
Sorry.
So tomorrow you can react to Ayushi's message because she'll be there tomorrow and she'll be co-hosting.
What a
that
sexist
episode.
bastard.
Yeah.
Ayush ने एक वाक्य में निकाला. Takao.
Cyrus, you're gonna have an entire week without Abbas and me now.
Why?
Yeah.
What
Then
a
you'll
entire week,
realize our value, Cyrus.
Yes. Then you will miss us.
That and also the fact that at 10 we'll be on. That's small issue.
Oh, we'll see.
10 baje on.
We will see, sir. We will see.
The day we get a sponsor,
Although, I
who's
think
like
most
a
of
morning
our-
coffee or something is going to
Yeah.
be really screwed up. You know, with
That's
10-5,
true.
10-7.
But
Really
then
looking.
you're the ambassador, no? That'll be perfect. You have a guy to admonish.
I have fat fingers. If Rishi doesn't come, I can't start anything. I'm just looking at an empty laptop here. Bro, sorry, Meghnad, we keep stopping his
Yeah.
flow, bro.
Sorry.
What's he saying?
No, it's fine. I mean, this is what the podcast is, I've been told.
Your
So
dad
it's
switched
okay.
off. We have to learn
My
from our
dad switched
mistakes.
off. But
He put his
do you
own
think my
father
dad is
on.
the audience?
Dad heard
No,
for
I
10
think-
minutes and said, boss, समझ में नहीं आते. And
Our-
not in a way that it's intellectually too high for him to understand, which
It's
is
just
also
too
I was
much
hoping.
talking. Too much
Our
overtalk.
demographic is like 5 to 11. age group.
No, 5 to 11 is the timing of the show. Pay attention.
Abbas, Cyrus just wants to reach out to my dad, okay? Please let him.
Oh, please
What are
do
you
this.
doing?
But wow, independent market survey said people who watch our show and all 35, 40 and above. In fact, 50,
What?
60 and all that.
Really?
My
Whatever I
dad
do.
is 60.
I am 34 though,
So
yes.
I should keep that audience. See, I believe youth is truth. I've come up with this. I've been doing this propaganda.
T-shirt code
Yeah,
right there,
So I've been
man.
saying this.
Put it on a T-shirt.
All the time. All the marketing
on a
guys are, let's get 15 and 20s on. Fuck them. What are 15 and 20s for? There's a whole population of people who unfortunately are not listening to our show because, like your dad, they have no patience. So we have to patao them slowly. So now get the right meme for that. So dad come back. How do you say dad come back, but it's not a divorce? You know? Something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's true actually.
Because I don't confuse him. Dad, come back. मैं तो गया नहीं. You know, he'd be like, what the hell's happening? He thought about it, but he never left. You know, every father thinks about it every day.
I just saw Jug Jug Jio yesterday, which is a movie on divorce. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Wow,
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Wow.
Also has
And-
Sonam and Anil Kapoor, right? No Sonam.
Not Sonam. Varun Dhawan.
Hey, he's
Neetu Kapoor.
he's the movie king. If he makes a mistake, we kill him immediately. He goes
Not
down
for
with the
Jug
ship.
Jug Jio.
Huh.
But
Again, 98 to 2005. तेरा क्या banner है इधर? 98 to 2005, I know everything. 2006 में Pixar release हुई तो fuck off. I'm not interested. It should have been in the 7-year window of Abbas's fabulous research and PhD. Dr. Abbas, 98 to 2005.
Okay,
Wait,
we have to
quickly
work
about
up
Jug
to
Jug
the
Jio.
first topic.
Wait.
Quickly.
Better than your first topic?
Quickly about Jug Jug Jio.
topic.
The man is traumatized.
Listen.
He's seen a film. Let him get it out of his system for God's
You
sake.
know what? Actually,
Bolo.
the weekend prior to Jug Jug Jio, I saw Thor: Love and Thunder, and Jug Jug Jio is better than that. I'm just
Really?
saying.
I still haven't seen Love and Thunder.
Oh,
It
wow.
is okay. So, firstly,
But that doesn't
Jug
mean
Jug
it's
Jio.
good. It's just better than that.
It is enjoyable. It's a family comedy. You can watch it. But after we're getting out
Do
of
they
the
get
movie.
divorced?
No, there are so. Anil Kapoor is getting a divorce from his wife, and Varun Dhawan is getting a divorce from his wife.
Oh.
And they are father and son.
Okay.
Varun Dhawan and Anil Kapoor. So they're both getting.
Can
a
you
divorce, and
reveal
that's
if the divorce happens or they make up by the end?
Why? would
No, I think
reveal
one
that?
gets
Can't do
divorced
Spoilers, then. Full
and he
spoilers.
marries the other person's wife.
Oh shit.
No, he can't marry his mother. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
It's happened in Greece, yeah. Check your epics, man. Sab kuch ho
No.
gaya.
But stepping out of the theater, okay, and I see this guy walking with his wife
Huh.
and their like little child,
Huh.
like
But why did they
2-3
take
years
child for
old.
such a movie?
I don't know. That's what. And this guy's coming out, and now
Oh,
I think
explain to him what's happening. बेटा आजा अभी देखा अभी समझ गया ना अभी
that's why, beta. We have fallen out of love.
बेटा, वो जो
but
movie
he
में देखा
is
था
like,
ना।
I think he's like trying to. He was looking for an evening to impart family values to his son because he comes out of the thing. He's like, this. They are treating this as a comedy. ये comedy है. ये divorce की बात कर रहे हैं. ये लोग comedy है. What is this?
Hey, as long as such people go to movies and not come to stand-up comedy shows, I'm fine.
Okay.
No, but
Comedy है.
but Abbas, I don't understand. How did he not understand what kind of film
Yeah,
it was?
exactly.
Because
How is
to
that?
be honest, the publicity and everything gives a very K3G vibe, like Kabhi Khushi Kabhi
But it
Gum, and
is-
family,
it is a
wholesome,
comedy
naach
only.
gana.
Oh, this happened.
But it's
This
not
happened
like-
to me as well.
Yeah.
As a kid, the biggest mistake of my life was going to watch Kabhi Alvida.
Oh, I thought you were going to mention your partner. I was
You were not
worried
a
there.
kid back then, Meghnad. You were like...
Look at Meghnad.
I
If he
came
doesn't-
out in
If you take out
2006.
Meghnad's beard, he's... Don't you
So I
begin
was a
dates
child.
again. You leave your dates aside, boss.
I
You date
was-
mention करेगा मैं भाग जाएगी इधर
I
से.
was 18, so you also must have been around that time, that age, right?
No, I was
Ageism.
15. I was 15. Or
This is a
so.
live.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about your freaking age. Bring your Aadhaar card next time and paste it on your forehead and we continue.
But
What's going
wasn't Kabhi Alvida an adult movie? How did you sneak in?
Exactly. So it was
Kabhi
a
Alvida, what is that?
marital affair.
Baba, extramarital affair. There are people sleeping with other
that
people's
doesn't mean
wives
adult,
and
yeah.
all.
Not-
What
Yeah.
else is adult then?
Oh, no, what the hell, yaar? What is the
There's sex
thing?
and all in that.
There's exactly.
There is sex. There is sex
There
on
is
the
a sari.
kitchen floor.
So what?
A sari moving.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
What are you
Baba,
talking
there
about?
is say Rani Mukherjee cries and everything after
That's
the
sex?
sex. Yeah.
Your idea of sex is very different from mine.
My current
Again, this
your
one
side,
period
yeah.
of 98 to 2005 has scarred you.
Abhishek and
Sex has moved on.
no, Shah Rukh and Rani have sex and then Rani cries.
Preeti Zinta
What
का
are
भी
you
तो है
saying?
scene actually.
Okay,
Things he
maybe I'm
remembers.
not remembering it.
My
correctly.
God, thank God you don't have a kid.
Someone in the
But
comments,
Every time
please
Abbas's
correct
kid
who
comes out of the
cries.
cinema, he'll go berserk. What's going on? Daddy, why are you
Guys,
crying?
Sunshine
Your Rani
is
had
here
sex.
after days and she's asking why aren't we moving on to topics. Okay, so
Okay,
I'm going
okay.
to move on to a topic.
Yeah.
But
And the
bro,
first
your
topic
story,
is-
what happened when you
you-
sneaked into Kabhi Alvida?
Yeah, you didn't finish the story.
Oh, that was it. Like that was my biggest mistake, and my mom walked off in the interval. That's the story.
Your mom
and
left
I was
you.
there alone then.
Your mom left in the
Dad.
interval.
Yeah.
As in, didn't come
I
back.
mean, she just left. My dad and me were there, and she
So your
left.
dad sat through Kabhi Alvida na kehna, most freaking boring film in the history of India, but he can't sit through my podcast. You're fired. Meghnad, this is rubbish. Call Amit. Let's have a meeting. What is
It had a character called Sexy Sam. Why would it not get an adult certificate here?
Why did you wake up, Abbas? Did you ever think why you woke up? Because nobody. I mean, we were going so well, yeah. Everything was good.
Maybe Abbas's dad wanted to send his mother a message. Okay.
No, I don't think I saw it with my
Maafi mat
parents.
jana, bhai.
I think I saw it with
Back up.
whoever I was
Sorry.
dating at that point.
You were dating.
So first,
Yeah, I think
1 minute. This show's going topsy-turvy. You took a
Okay.
child into the theater.
No, I was 18. I just told you.
Okay, who was the person with you?
Another 18-year-old.
Was it a human being?
Yes.
Not a inflated
No,
doll
no,
or something
no,
that
no.
you just... Okay. With Abbas, we don't know. Nobody's seen any date. All dates are in the head, yeah. Pata nahi exactly what he means by date. Trail of dead
Fuck, we are
bodies.
half an hour into the show. Okay.
So
I
the
think we should do
government is
topics.
encouraging online dating to bump up Parsi population.
Yeah, well, yes,
Yeah.
it's true. But it's a
Did
racist...
you get a message, Cyrus?
It's a racist theory because Parsi on Parsi, not Parsi on non-Parsi.
Okay.
Not to be... My language
Why
is
don't we
wrong.
just
Yeah, I
make
get it,
a-
I get what you mean.
Okay, yeah.
So, but
As
then
in
are they
Parsi-
making dating
Just
apps
just make a
Okay.
Parsi dating app.
It's like Rottweiler, okay? Let me put metaphor,
But-
safer. So Rottweiler can't be with Great Dane. That's the problem, na? Boss, you are forcing people to multiply in a small group
Yeah.
within themselves, but the world is open out there. So what's happening is a lot of these Rottweilers want to see Dobermans. and then Labrador and Poodles.
You were saying you can't convert to
You
being
can't
a Parsi.
convert.
You can't
Judaism,
convert,
you
right?
can't convert.
Huh.
That's
So,
the thing,
so
na?
if I want to today,
I think Judaism also you can't convert. Huh?
So today, if I want to become a Zoroastrian, I can't do that.
You can't, but you can become a Muslim. They allow it.
Yeah, I know.
Come.
Abbas will
Wait,
not.
wait,
Abhi, abhi, niche रहना
No,
उसको.
no. What I'm asking is,
Oh shit, 2005 के बाद.
so
you
what
can't
if,
do it.
so what if a Parsi marries a non-Parsi? Their child can be a Parsi or
So
not a
there's
Parsi?
a sexist angle to it, if you like to put it that way, which is the male of the species, then it continues,
got it.
and
if
the
a
female it
female
doesn't
does-
continue. So when
yeah,
it's 50-50, the match, so the argument is on both sides of that.
Okay.
That's like sexism, right? You
Yeah,
allow
it
for the male, like in my case,
Yeah.
but not for the female. So my sister's kids cannot. You get it?
That's-
Actually,
yeah.
there's a conversation
That is
about
the
this
same.
in the Neville Shah episode that happened of Cyrus.
Neville
Yeah.
his mother is.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
Neville
Yeah,
and I are same or whatever, but Neville can't be a Parsi or
Yeah,
like can't
yeah.
enter the Agyari and all, in spite of the fact his mom is Parsi.
Oh,
So
no.
bloodline is the same, but
Yeah.
that's it. And Agyaris are great, principally because all of them have parking. So you want that religion because you want to go to a place and no disrespect, but if I turned Muslim Abbas,
Yeah.
where am I going to put the car? There's
That's
no
true,
place.
yeah.
And Hindu though don't even start. Yeah, they'll take my car. moment I go there. Darshan ke, acha, theek hai.
So would you
But the-
advise
but
people
the-
to have this Parsi online dating thing?
If no, obviously to try and push the numbers. The numbers
sure.
are ridiculous. In fact, some people say we can't save the numbers.
Okay.
There's a mathematical point where a species can't be saved. So
Okay.
you reach a point where you just, it's just not going to happen.
Right.
So unless they allow conversion, maybe it won't happen. I don't know. I can't answer these
So
questions because
Yeah.
frankly, I'm on to
Yeah,
dogs.
at some point, I think there will be some broad-minded.
They'll have to.
Yeah,
They'll have to. I don't know what's going to happen. It's tough to say. So
Hemisha
stupid.
is like-
I say as a Parsi, I'm not happy. Hemisha, correct. So Hemisha, just correct us if you're wrong. You've married into the Christian community. So even though her kids should be allowed to, if they want to become Zoroastrians, they won't be allowed. It's like that.
Okay.
So it's.
But who
it's-
decides this?
There's a panchayat. Everything is decided by man. No? This God
If
of
I
yours.
do- if
Nobody's
I-
met
okay,
this
so
God
if
of
I-
yours. In India,
If I
we have a
break
lot of
this
rules.
rule, what happens to me? If I break this rule,
So there are a lot
what
of guys who
happens
go underground and have navjots. I know a lot of people who do that and all. But so they are practicing Parsis but they don't do it publicly. That's it.
So are they like excluded from the community if you break the rule?
It's a
No,
small
it won't
world.
be like
You
that,
know who marries who and all. It's very difficult to be
it's
so
not
low profile.
Scientology.
that You can
Like,
just
you
walk
can't
in
do that.
to an
I know.
Agyari and no one know who you are. I mean, imagine
No,
there's
but
just
what I'm
20,000
wondering
people. You know
is,
them all
so-
by name. Hey, Jangir. Hey, Sora. Hey, Adeshar. Everybody knows everybody. It's that small.
No,
So that's the
but
problem.
what I'm wondering is if say for example,
Okay, Hemisha is saying she's not
Parsi
converted to
woman-
Christianity, but she's not allowed to let her children, practice Zoroastrianism. So that's
precisely.
the.
So if Hemisha still like has a kid and makes
She can do
declares
it,
that,
and maybe in the
yeah.
fullness of time they will change some rules.
So that
Maybe.
is again, I'm going back to the Neville episode. Neville, when Neville Shah stand-up comedian, when he wanted to perform for a congregation of Parsis, they asked him to not use the last name Shah. They asked him to use his mother's last name. So there are things like those where
but
your
that's because he's very Parsi. If you met Neville,
there was a identity element to it, right?
No,
where
fair
you
enough.
want to hide the fact that your father
don't get into
was-
the thing that you're mixed and all that.
But
and
frankly,
whatever.
Abbas, I can't
Yeah.
imagine a Parsi mob which is coming to impose their rules, okay, to like a venue or something. It's just like old.
And
modern
if history is
England.
anything to go by-
The first riots,
First protest.
were
Yes,
Parsis
correct.
versus
Mumbai riots.
over with the British.
Dogs. They were
over the
saving-
killing of dogs.
Yes.
And the second was Muslims versus Parsis over a prophet's picture in a newspaper.
Yeah.
Jami Jamshed.
Oh.
one of our
Yeah, Parsis are very
papers.
passionate about.
So the Hindus were very well behaved. What the hell happened to them? Meghnad, some theek tha, 200 years back. It was just British, Parsis, Muslims.
It was us and me and Cyrus fight.
Yeah, that's it. And honestly, India was a good place. And then suddenly, damn you guys started going berserk.
You're right about that.
Exactly. Now look at where we are.
You guys are right about this. apparently posts about Hindu phobia are increasing online internationally.
welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the club. I'm not even joking about this. This is what I read.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying at
telling
least.
us about
8
this.
years too
Yeah.
late, but welcome.
हिंदू
to the
है
party.
खतरे में अब तो है.
Go and propagate.
I see that snake had its effect.
Huh?
The snake had its effect.
Meghnad still wants to increase the
Oh,
trial.
sorry.
Let's hear what he has to say.
No, but the reason why this is happening, why the government is doing this, is the Minority Affairs Ministry has devised a scheme to restore the Parsi population in the country, which apparently has been seen to be dwindling because of a little interest in marriage among eligible bachelors. About 30% of the eligible adults are unmarried in the Parsi
Yeah, but that's
community.
also because they're, if you look at the statistics are same across India, urban elite, but Parsis are mostly urban elite. So in
Yeah.
that, if you look at your whatever caste or community, it's the same. Those people don't
Yeah.
marry enough because they are free to not marry. And
Yeah.
when you're free to not
Also,
marry, a lot of people exercise the authority not to marry. What are you going to do about that? So that's
Remind
tough.
me, who's the Minorities Affairs Minister again?
Smriti
Irani.
Yeah,
Smriti
whose
Irani.
husband is
Of course she was.
Irani Parsi. Yeah, that's right.
That's
Well done,
what I
well
was
done.
thinking.
Holding
Thank
his
you.
holding his little pain there, huh? Pained voice. Lack of emotion is.
I'm a fan of
problem, but-
Smriti Irani.
Yeah, as an actress.
As an actress,
Yeah,
yes.
or when she was in McDonald's.
No. Her acting career coincides with that 97 to 2000.
Yes, you're right. This time you're right. He must be knowing every episode by heart. Do dialogue. Saas mein kabhi bahuti. Give us some dialogue.
Ba, मैं what is failed in Hindi?
If this is the dialogue, if you're asking me to give you the Hindi for failed, then this podcast has reached the highest.
Ba mihir nahi raha ma. Ba. Sorry.
Okay, Rishi is going back to Panvel. He's packing his bag and leaving. All right. And your dad has done the right thing, Meghnad ji. He's done the right thing. I salute him by putting off the
Yes.
podcast. By the way, should we take a break?
Fuck,
Yes,
we've
please.
got 240 people watching.
Wait,
241.
Sparsh said break after this topic.
Yeah.
Sparsh, what topic? Are you not paying attention, Sparsh? What topic is he?
Yeah. We're just
the
talking
dialogue from
Cyrus is
Cyrus
just randomly talking about online dating.
By the way, last thing about the Parsi is
Which he
Meghnad.
does.
You know John
Yeah.
Abraham, for example, his mother is Parsi Irani, right?
Yes.
So he's not technically a Parsi, but have you met him?
Oh.
He is the most Parsi person you'll ever meet. Okay, he's got a proper Parsi accent. He can speak fluent Gujarati, and he's got a little bit of Totla. And you know, he's good looking. He's muscular. He's
Yeah.
strong. He likes
And
bikes. He
used
likes
to-
dogs.
yeah, he used to
That's
ride-
Parsi.
he used
That's
to
bloody Parsi. You can't
Ride
go
a
with that.
Yazdi bike also.
He's crazy about bikes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bikes and dogs, between these two, all Parsis. It's almost like
you
without fail. One of the two is you'll be crazy about.
Do you think hanging out with you for so long, Kunal has become a little bit of a Parsi?
Kunal
Kunal is a
is a-
wannabe
yeah,
Parsi,
yeah.
and we've
Honorary Parsi.
we had a
Honorary
clandestine. The problem with Kunal was not the Parsiness. Quietly, it was done.
Yeah.
Is Navjot, but the gender. We just couldn't figure that out. Then, of course, we've got these options now, boss. Abhi both hai, no options. 76
Oh,
options are there.
We should
boss.
have taken a
Why?
break 5 minutes ago.
Poor thing. Poor thing.
Okay, guys, break.
Yeah, all right, we take a quick break after this topic. Hello.
I apologize for
Buddy,
my-
you should warn
Not-
us.
for
Don't
my
tell us
wet
when you're
t-shirt.
on, no?
Yeah.
You're not on, yeah. What is this, buddy? This is like old days of events, man. Mic on hai kya? On. Check. Sorry, Meghnad.
Have you ever had a
नहीं,
hot mic
इधर ही
situation?
बैठा था।
Huh?
Have you ever had a hot mic situation when someone heard you at an event or something?
So many times.
Yeah?
We've done so many live shows. You have no idea, man. I mean, and abusing and all that. With the mic goes live well before. Mostly it's abuse, right? Because of
Yeah,
tension.
sure.
So like, where's it?
Yeah.
People are talking in a heightened way and all
Yeah.
that. And the audience is going mad. Then your real joke is fuck all after that. It's like, what? Hey, Meghnad.
Huh.
While you were gone, we were asking a question amongst ourselves. Why did you join IVM? And immediately, this is not even like wasn't supposed to be a setup for a great gag. But it's the best moment of the day. Even he's laughing. Huh? Okay, this is going to be
Because
fun.
even
No,
he's
I-
questioning it.
Wow.
I wanted to get into podcasting for a while, so I thought that IVM would be a good place. Plus, Kavita has been asking me to join for like 2 years now. Every once in a while, she would like message me and she would be like, "Acha, are you okay?" Like, in
What a humble brag.
I understand him coming as a host. I think
Yeah.
he's great for
absolutely, yeah.
podcasts.
Correct.
But why would he want to take on the whole burden of like, basically your like, the pressure's on you, like not on us.
Yeah, I'm completely cool with that. I
you-
like it. I like it.
But you were doing so well with news laundry and all the other things you do. You just, think about that.
I get to do, I get to do more here. That's the point.
Wow.
Maybe, yeah.
What the hell was he doing there?
Cyrus asking the real AMAs. Showing is like Cyrus is asking
We were
the
trying to
real
give you a chance to get out. We gave you a get out of jail ticket. But you don't want to take it. You want to fuss yourself more into the mud and now we can't
Yes.
help you. Okay.
Exactly. I'm working on other podcasts also, Cyrus. Not
Yeah,
just
Cyrus.
yours.
But the only thing...
IVM does other shows as well.
Hey, Abbas, okay, I get that. But I get there's something he's trying to tell us. He's in love. I know he has a partner. He's in love with a Parsi girl. And
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's the story that we're not getting out here.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Oh,
So let's call her Franny. So you and Franny are in
okay.
love and that's why you're asking all these questions. All right?
Oh,
Because
okay. Cool.
And what happens to your
Yes.
partner? You evil bastard. What about your partner now? Huh? I'll tweet you today. It'll take long time with the finger and all, but you'll get it at some point.
Tell her the government is encouraging her to online date.
Meghnad,
she would
sounds
love that.
Parsi, huh?
Yes.
Korbad, it sounds Merdad, Meghnad. It's very similar. I would, if I say it fast, I think very Irani sounding. And with that beard and the curly hair and all that, you've got a very
Now
big...
I'm a Parsi. Thank you for the declaration.
You're a
Mujhe
Parsi.
log,
That means you have property.
people-
Just immediately you have property. Just think about it. Huh.
yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
People for years have been wondering where I am from. Some say, Bengal. Some say like South,
Yeah.
Tamil Nadu, Kerala, somewhere. Because nobody can figure out because my last name I don't use usually. So
What is your last
I'm a
name, by the way?
Marathi.
Oops.
Sahasra Bhojini.
Never use that, bro.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll do a
Exactly.
podcast just trying to get that
Now
right.
you
I
know.
mean, Abbas, that's so tough. Why can't you take
One
Manohar?
awkward moment.
Manohar is not simple. Hai. Manohar.
Exactly. But that's my mom's side. So patriarchy
Mom's
dictated
side.
that.
So don't
mujhe
point
Shruti
fingers at
surname
Parsis. You
milega.
have your own mom-dad problem. Mom's side se nahi ho payega. What is this nonsense? Yeah.
Then
okay.
he'll become Meghnad Manohar. He can shorten it to Eminem.
Why can't you just take the name
Yeah.
Lord Meghnad? Like Meghnad Desai.
Yeah, I need to go to the queen.
He has
for
the
that.
But were your
similar
ancestors like
hairstyle.
were your ancestors like kings and all? Because that's a very heavy.
I
last
have
name.
told this story on IVM likes
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
how we
yeah.
got the last name. So
Short version?
Yeah, I
Silvery.
forgot.
Short version?
Short
I was on
version.
Yeah, Antariksh, you were on the
I thought I
show.
was on.
Really short version?
You remember everything we talked
Shorter
about?
version? Version less than that? Can you tell us?
Yeah.
Short version. The Bhosles punished my ancestors to feed an
Shivaji's
entire
line.
village.
Shivaji's line.
Yeah, and they
Uh,
they forced them to feed an entire village, and the party
Oh,
was
yeah,
so
okay. I
great
remember.
that they were like, "Ye naam le lo."
So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
anti right wing from 400 years ago. Boss, it's all
Yeah.
coming out, bro.
That's the theory. That's the
Socialist.
story that has been passed down.
No
So
wonder the dad
But
shut the podcast.
Let's
He's
do
got enough
one
problems.
last. Let's do one last topic, and then we can move on to AMAs.
Pars, when he says last means there must have been something before, no? Promise you'll show me the episode later. Huh? Okay, let's go.
Parsi dating was the other topic, and now
Those
Yeah,
are just made up organic topics. They don't count, bro.
No,
like
those
that
were-
we talked about snakes, a man's tryst with divorce. I mean, what it just came up. Okay.
So the
your-
James Webb Telescope, you must have heard
Hanji,
of this.
Hanji.
So NASA's James Webb Telescope will search for extraterrestrial life using biosignature. So essentially now this new telescope that is, a million miles away from Earth, it is going to do deep space inspection, and it is going to search for chemical signatures on planets. So they will know which planet has habitable
Environment,
conditions
like
for
atmosphere, yeah.
Don't we discuss?
extraterrestrials.
We discussed this.
Yeah, we kind of did.
But it's okay. We'll allow it to come again while we
Oh.
just say nothing.
What you guys talked about
Okay.
the James
The
Webb telescope
gaseous
or
the gaseous planet
aspect
that
of it?
Not only
yeah.
that, I even discussed it in the cab back. I mean, I keep discussing it. I'm still
So, good
discussing
driver.
it, yeah.
That's
By
right.
now, they've discovered planets. This time has passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh, Meghnad?
It's an
That's
exciting. So the James Webb Telescope is actually the closest we have come to a time machine, because
But should we just, for safety,
Okay,
should
sure,
we
yeah, that makes
call
sense. I
it
get it.
the Jai Vag telescope or whatever, so that no
Yeah.
objection happens
Like
here.
the furthest star it sees is like what 8 million or 8 billion years old.
3.5 billion light years away. So
Huh,
essentially,
yeah.
light coming from there started 3.5 billion years ago, which is close to the Big Bang. So right now, if we see that light, we are actually seeing the origin of the Big Bang.
Wow.
So,
fascinating.
You
it's-
think
it's like
Silvery
basically-
travels 3.5 million light years to come here every day late?
In a year I do.
Because, I can't get
In
this
Bombay.
time right.
Yeah.
This time travel that you do also a little
Correct.
bit difficult. Na? Pawai.
Again, Cyrus, Abbas was later than me today. I don't know why I'm getting this shit.
But you like the way Abbas doesn't say anything?
Yeah, just quiet.
Bro,
Let's
just
not
so
talk
stupid.
about
He's
being
not
late
figured out
today,
who's
guys.
late.
Wow, I'm finding the conversation riveting, so I'm listening in.
Because time
but
travel
it's
is your
so-
favorite.
It's
Meghnad,
so
you've
funny
touched a
when you
chord
think
with
about
all of
it.
us.
No, it's so funny when you think about it. So if you think like there is a planet, habitable planet with aliens, like say 12,000 light years away, if they're looking at us, they're actually seeing like the first steps of humanity, where we are still hunter gatherers going around with stones and sticks and
UP
poking
basically.
things around. Yeah.
Wait. Parsis from UP is getting angry right now. Meghnad, you're wrong. Big Bang started 14.5 million. Never do
I
this.
said-
Meghnad, Indians
I
and
said
statistics.
close to the
तूने
Big
क्या
Bang.
किया? Now they're going to screw us.
Yeah.
Don't
If
get
you
the
go
maths
back
right.
to the recording, I said close to the Big Bang. I was very careful. This
14.5 and 3.5 is not close, brother.
उस बंदे ने-
Can you help me?
उस बंदे ने
got
युवल
you.
नोआ हरारी का
Meghnad,
बुक
fuck
पढ़ा है.
up.
No, he didn't. He weaseled his way out of it. Out of the fucker.
Meghnad, you got a bachao pass. You've done well. Keep going.
Yeah.
Thank you. So,
By the way, it's saying search for aliens FTW, whatever that means.
yeah,
for the win.
For the win.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck the what?
What podcast is this? Who hijacked the podcast? What's going on behind our backs, man? Or rather in front of our face. Huh.
so essentially, but it is a for the win, no? Like if we discover extraterrestrial life.
Hey man, I mean, if Hollywood movies are anything to go by, they're gonna
They're going to
get us.
Manhattan. They're
Yeah.
going to go to Manhattan.
And then come to Taj Mahal. In India, the only thing they blow up is the Taj Mahal.
my worry is that it's tough
Which
for
the right wing
alert.
might do anyway.
You can't get a visa to go from India to Pakistan, and you want to get a visa to go to some 14.5 billion miles away planet.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about that. Let's just start with Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, China. Can we go? No, we can't. And then we'll see where we land
We
up.
can invade them though.
Thought
Even if we
like,
go-
You,
I'm just
you
saying.
really have no concept of what's going on in the world, right?
I'm just saying.
spoken like a
Okay.
true American.
Yes, sure.
Meghnad,
I think-
save the show.
I was about to because we are going to go into AMAs. Guys, AMAs, please.
So soon? Okay.
1 minute.
Ha, ha.
He's the host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arre, then we should listen to him, idiot.
Yeah, we are.
I thought
That's
one of
what
you
we
were the
will-
host.
No, we just came to
At
hang out today.
10:48, 49 minutes into the show, you are now telling me he's the host.
We need
So
to do
le-
this, guys. Okay.
So
we need
they're
to
the
do
panel.
this
So for the rest
next
of the week.
Yeah. We need to
please,
guess. No,
Meghnad.
every episode,
Yes.
Cyrus should have to guess who the co-host is.
But give me
I
the
think
full.
that's hilarious.
But Sylvie, give me the full hour.
Yes, correct. The
Not
full
10
hour.
minutes.
Yeah. Asking the questions.
It's
Eliminating.
50
Brother,
minutes later,
you ask people listening. Nobody knows who the host is. It's not my
Nobody
fault.
50 minutes later, you realize I'm the host.
Yeah,
That's
I
actually
was
a
wondering.
good sign because
I thought-
you didn't know I was trying to control the conversation.
I thought you were the mature guy in class who helps the teacher, from time to time and says, okay, boss, both okay. Now let's understand. Padhai bhi, dhyan rakho, whatever. And so you're
But
doing
that's
that
why
way.
I'm the host. That's exactly why I'm
Yeah.
the host.
Sure.
Okay, so now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Also because
So,
you're there at 10. That's a very big
AMA.
important point. AMA.
AMA.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
First is from Shavik, who says, Meghnad, what is your favorite Mumbai slang word? I can't think of any actually.
Huh?
What slang words are there? Koi bolo.
Halkat.
What are the slang
I like
My
Bhadvaya.
favorite is, my
Halkat,
favorite is
yeda.
I like
Rapchik.
Bhadvaya. Bhadvaya is
Bhadvaya.
it's pretty good.
सीधा गाली के
It's a
पे
great
गया
word.
यार
Krecha
ये.
Pillu.
But it's a good slang word.
Fuck off. Fuck
Slang
off.
gali.
There's so many
I like
words.
Rapchik.
Hmm?
It's a great way to
Rapchik is
describe.
nice.
Yeah.
But Ai Gavya is, I think, one that I like. Ai Gavya is one more, no? Is
What
it a
about
Mumbai
mad?
slang?
What about mad bugger or what? What about Putru man?
That's a very Bandra word.
Boy, fuck you. So we're not part of the bloody circle. How dare you? How dare you?
No, but
Everything-
nobody from Malad will react to
No,
it.
no,
Or
that-
like
now you're
Thane.
polarizing the city. Why are you
No.
polarizing the city? Putru is part of our culture also. Anyone who's played hockey
Putru,
well
yes.
says it. Huh.
Putru across Maharashtra.
Abbas,
But-
you've betrayed us. Huh?
but Mad
You've become
Bugger-
one of them.
But Mad Bugger is great.
Mad
Bugger is
Bugger?
great.
Good. I'm not saying it's
This was
bad.
mad. I'll tell you
Dirty
once,
bugger, all that.
one old guy was giving us food, this thing, and we were trying to buy some meat actually in a shop in Bandra, and he started telling Kunal, "Hey, mad bugger or what? Oh, what are you doing on accident on TV?" But he was not even being rude. He was just talking normally, and we all like caught up completely. So these are all great experiences.
This is a fun question. So Avranil Paul is asking his grandma की तरफ से his super मतलब question पूछ रहा है.
Asking
Dear
for
panelists-
grandmother.
Yeah, asking for grandmother. Dear panelists, can you suggest an epitaph that can screw with everyone? And then he also gave the suggestion कि मुझे क्या देना है. But he wants what you think his grandmother should have on her epitaph.
That can screw with everyone.
Screw that, yeah.
That can screw with everyone.
Okay, so you should say.
FTW.
FTW.
What about here lies a foreigner? I think that's great. Who knows? They'll exhume the body in 15 minutes. You know what's happening in India. What? Foreigner? But that's
And
pretty
then they'll
cool
put
if it's
it
true.
back.
Yeah.
Then they'll put it back.
The
And
next
then
government
come.
next government will make the whole thing about let's put it back. You're right. 5 years. By the way, Meghnad has come into power and immediately huge. I'm so proud of our Maharashtra cabinet. The first act, it was not about metros or reconstruction or monsoon madness or nuclear proliferation or caste issues or communal issues or economics or bridge collapsing. He is going to name Aurangabad or rather rename it. What the hell are they going to rename it? So that's great.
But that was already passed the day before Eknath Shinde took
But
over.
I'm just happy that we are led by people who have their right priorities. Because
Correct.
that's what we need as a country.
Yeah.
Keep renaming, guys, and we'll keep voting for you. Just rename, Google it to us so we can then rename it again. What the
I
hell?
mean, there is Eknath Shinde, Yogi Adityanath types renaming things, and there is Mark Zuckerberg renaming his company. Same thing, you know.
Not
but,
exactly. He's forced to rename. Theirs is by choice. It's a little different. Yeah.
This Sambhaji Nagar is going to be the new name.
Sambhaji Nagar?
Sambhaji Nagar.
Sambhaji.
Then it's fine.
I guess we can't fight that. Right, Abbas?
They got us there.
Not at all.
Otherwise, you and me will be stuck in an Agyari for the rest of our life with a gun, not being able to leave the area.
Oh, the man who gave my ancestors my last name. That's nice. So
Sambhaji himself.
I have a place to
His
settle
ancestor, their
I mean,
ancestor.
Yeah.
He's the
someone
only
great,
Maharashtrian I know who's looking at taking Panga with the Bhosle family. Generally, even the most quintessential non-interested Maharashtrian also doesn't have a... But these guys are nuts. What about Shreyas is on whose side?
Shreyas is mom's side, so...
No, but
that
is he on
doesn't matter.
Sambhaji's side or your village side?
No, I have no idea what
business
that
side.
ancestry is. I
Yeah.
don't know what that ancestry is. This is a
God.
story that was passed on in our family tree, so I don't know how true it is, but it's an amusing story, so I go with it.
So, can we say you're pro-Aurangzeb? Afzal Khan. Pro-Afzal Khan. Is it fair to say that? I don't know, I'm asking. Abbas has kept quiet.
Again, riveting conversation.
Okay,
I'm just
let's
listening
move.
in.
But
So,
kudos to
Binoy
Avenil's
Love-
grandma if it's true. I think she's damn cool, man. That's really
Yeah.
cool. I wish we had more people like that. I'd make a president of India.
Oh,
if
suggestion
it
was from grandma itself. Okay.
That's fantastic.
My
lot, of
suggestion
respect.
was-
Lot of respect. Yeah.
My suggestion was here lies worm food. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, worm. WRM.
Worm.
Mine is
Yeah, got it.
Worm.
here is a shivling. Open it up.
So then you'll get snakes anyway.
No, Silvery, no.
No, don't do it.
Don't go
Already.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you need to do that?
I don't know.
That's not even. I mean, it's a
felt-
sweet old lady is
it
willing
felt
to
right.
I mean, go out there and have fun, and you come up with something stupid like
Okay,
that.
Devika,
What if she likes
Devika
it?
is
Yeah.
asking.
Huh.
Devika is asking. Last night I went to a Beatles tribute at Opera House.
Oh, wow.
Was expecting
nice.
Cyrus to be
Silly
there.
point. Yeah.
Can you say a bit about these niche subculture of Sobo Beatles fans? How has it survived this long?
But what niche subculture? Beatles are
Yeah,
everywhere.
everywhere.
Beatles are
I
beyond
know.
niche subculture. I mean, anybody who's grown up anywhere in the world, I mean, go to Japan or Korea, maybe not North Korea so much because they spoke about love and those kind of things. That doesn't seem to be there.
Yeah.
Even in
But I
just
think that's
other
a
parts of
wrong-
India also. Like everywhere in
Silver,
India.
what is this? No?
Yeah, I don't think that's
anybody
a
who likes
solo
music
Beatles
is influenced at some point with the Beatles here and there.
Yeah.
So it's impossible. But that was a Parsi production. So if you want to get communal about it, yes.
Was it an
Yeah.
Indian
Silly
Beatles
point, silly
tribute
point
band?
production. Indian Beatles.
Indian Beatles
That's
Yeah,
tribute
yeah.
band.
B-E-T-L-E and it's a nut. Bro, you don't know your stuff, man. 2006
but
onwards, all bull.
They're
Huh.
Indians performing, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
Baba, it's like a bootleg. Yeah,
I know,
Tribute
but there are
band.
also
Yeah.
enough UK bootleg Beatles bands also. I was wondering if one of them flew down or was it an Indian band?
No. This was it's a all Parsi
Okay.
crew. Yeah.
Okay.
And one of them dies in the end. Well, now two. Sorry.
No,
Yoko.
maybe. I
Yoko.
wanted to make
George
a-
is also dead, bro.
Yeah, George
John
and
and
John
George
and
both
I
John.
know. I'm just saying, okay, then there would have to be a
Paul's
Yoko
birthday
also.
was
There
25th
some
June,
song.
so we missed that. That was.
Happy birthday, Paul
Yeah,
McCartney.
Tejas
listening
Menon,
to us.
the musician, wanted to do a Beatles off with you for a longest time.
Okay.
Tejas
What's a
and-
Beatles off?
Who's Tejas?
As in Tejas Menon, you've met him. He's been on the
Tejas
show.
Menon. Yeah. Okay.
Exchanging trivia. Who knows more Beatles trivia? Cyrus or
That would be
them?
interesting.
But
actually.
what if I outsing him?
Oh.
Then will he be okay with that? Because I don't like
I
Beatles.
don't
He's a
think so.
singer. He's a professional singer.
I'll kill him.
No
I'll
way.
kill him.
What are you talking
That's
about?
why I don't like to do it. There
Okay,
was
we
this
gotta
guy-
make this happen now, man.
It's
Cyrus' favorite
scary.
Beatles album?
Then I feel stuff. Help.
Really?
Help.
Early
I need
stuff?
Sergeant Pepper's,
somebody
Help.
You like
the
the early
Beatles.
stuff more?
I like everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only one which is difficult to like fully would be
Yellow Submarine.
No, Yellow Submarine is fine.
Great.
Yellow Submarine
White
is
Album
nice.
is also fine.
White
A
Album
Magical
is-
Mystery Tour is a little tough because
okay.
it's, it's
Fair
a couple
enough.
of songs don't seem to go in.
As you can see,
Sergeant
Sobo
Pepper's Lonely
Beatles.
Hearts Club.
Oh, that's one of the best, man.
Three of us. He's also a
Culture.
big Beatles fan.
You're also
Yeah,
Beatles,
yeah.
but he's from
He was
Hawaii.
Beatles.
And Meghnad, in spite of Sambhaji destroying his village, There's a little beetle in him as well, you know.
I think Sgt. Pepper's hands down is.
Sgt. Pepper's a revolutionary album.
Yeah,
No question.
absolutely,
I mean,
yeah.
anybody denies that is mentally off balance and should be drowned in a pool of oil for hours, and then you revive and then drowned again, revive and then drowned
absolutely.
again. A bit Mongolian tradition, which I really enjoy. When you don't like someone, you save them and kill them. You save them and kill them. You go on like that for hours. You take a break for lunch. Again, you. Hey guys, that should be our podcast.
Finding Beatles haters.
Who's the right winger now? See, everybody's a right winger when they find a subject they are emotionally attached to.
So there is a relevant question from Nandish on this. So because you are talking about subcultures and minor audiences, he's asking, is my
minor
fear
audiences and
correct?
us. I mean, bro, it goes with the territory. Yeah, go on.
Is my fear
Parsis
correct
is
that
yawning.
this pod-
Our producer is yawning. I can't work like this.
I think he didn't go home last night, sir. He's been here since
How's
Friday.
it my pop's problem?
It's fine. Let him join. He wants to be on.
I mean, how
Not a bad
boring
thing.
can we be? No more Beatle talk. It's not working with the young guys.
He's
Sorry,
joining to
Meghnad.
tell us to stop the podcast.
Okay,
So
okay.
I tried to do a smooth segue. Please notice. Is my fear
wow.
correct?
You
that
bastard,
this
you got a cousin to
podcast-
write in. He got his cousin to write in. Look at this. And now all acting from Meghnad's side. Nandish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
Nandish
is,
ne ye kaha.
Nandish Manohar, Shreyas's brother.
I'm telling you that village, if they just finish those guys off,
Yes,
India would be a better place. Meghnad, bol.
So Nandish is asking, is my fear correct that this podcast is getting more famous since Meghnad joined?
My
Cyrus,
fear.
how do we remove followers and stop from getting big?
Guys, I'm not lying about this and trying to be funny and irreverent and stupid about it. We should not get very big.
Yeah.
Always stay a little low. We'll be safe. We can go for a long time.
You know
If
what we
get
should
big,
have?
We're dead. This is a country where you can't get big. Big means with it comes pressure and responsibility. Silvi, be careful. Be very
Sure,
careful.
correct.
Meghnad, we will dismiss you the moment it gets bigger.
Yeah.
So try and, I don't know,
Meghnad told us to do this.
stick to topics they don't like
Meghnad told
Beatles.
us to say this.
Yeah. The topics that nobody else is interested
Correct.
in, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. You know what we should have though? We
See,
should have
see-
a name for our video watchers and for our listeners, like different names. Like there's an Always Sunny podcast.
Like a dirty word?
No, like
Brochures.
they call them the people who are watching. They call them creeps because you pervs, you want to see us every morning. So we should have a name like that.
Okay,
Okay.
Parsh
Put out
is
there.
revived.
Putting it out
He's
there.
now laughing at the word creep. So I'm trying to think about what the younger. Parsh, how old are you?
Sparsh, did you actually stay or you look
22.
very
So
sleepy?
this is a
man?
22-year-old audience.
Hey,
The
Pulkit,
entire weekend you stayed.
Meghnad, we
man.
need the 22-year-olds. We don't have, right? Those people don't
Yeah.
listen to us. So now
Yeah.
he's interested in creep. This is the first time he woke up. So I'm putting down notes here to self. Creep is important discussion.
Yes,
Abbas, do
absolutely.
come because with you comes the word creep, and then from there we can take it forward. I'm just-
But Pulkit has an interesting comment.
Yeah.
He says, I've been listening to this podcast for 2 years regularly, but only as audio mode. Now when I'm seeing you all, except for Cyrus, obviously, for the first time, it's so weird.
Hey Pulkit,
Cause
welcome.
He thought
Man.
there were male models on the show. Dylan fucking Soman, John Abraham, those type of guys, or whatever
Can
the
I
modern
tell you,
guys
Cyrus,
called.
I was at a stand-up gig and a person, and one of the fans, whatever you want to call them, came to
For
me
lack
after
of a
the
better
show.
word, yeah, for lack of a
And
better
they knew me from the podcast, and they legit, with a very serious face, like, Abbas, you sound way better than you look, man.
I don't
But
know.
can you deny that, Abbas?
The thing is-
Abbas,
Abbas, also understand one thing. When the intent is not malice, you have to accept it.
Yeah, you have
The
to.
guy's
yeah,
thinking he's
true.
saying the right thing. He's not thinking I'm insulting you. By the time he realizes he's insulted him, Abbas is long gone. Yeah. Really, that's a horrible thing to say. To a young man. If you were 72,
Yeah.
it's different. I mean, he's 17 years old and this is what he looks like now. Why are
No,
you
but
wearing
this
winter
happened to
clothes?
me also. So I
It's
used
cold
to
in the
listen to-
studio.
So
Sorry,
I am a big
Meghnad.
fan of the Bugle, okay? So this podcast,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I think everyone should listen to. So
Yeah.
No,
there
no!
is this,
You can't come here and say, listen to that. This is marketing at its worst. After 1 hour of doing the right thing, he's
one
finally
hour
broke.
के लिए हमको
He
सुनाना
couldn't, he
उन्होंने।
couldn't lie. इतना
Cyrus,
झूठ झूठ बोल के
Is that what
he's
the
done.
host does?
Yeah, Abbas, he
Is that
can't
what the
lie
host
anymore.
does?
Yeah.
Just throw
I
pushing
also
people away.
realized we haven't plugged the merch today.
And I watched.
Guys, buy the merch.
Okay, let him finish. Bugle.
But-
Bugle.
Yeah.
But the Bugle, so
Uh-huh.
I've been listening to it for years, and then like they started doing live streaming during the pandemic, and it felt so weird. Like Andy Zertzman and all of his panel. So Aditi Mittal and people also go on his panel. So those faces I knew, but the others, I was so shook. The voice doesn't match the face, just like Abbas. Like same feeling I have.
But
What
for
are you
me, his
saying?
voice matches his face. He's got this deep voice. and
Now
he's
you
got-
know. Yeah, but I think
Who?
once you know, then you can't get it out of your head. You know, like I can't
Yeah.
imagine that voice without Abbas.
But you know,
No,
to be
the
honest,
only person.
Andy's also
No, no.
also bald.
to be honest,
Being an animated
if you
one.
look back a little bit, the guy listening who had mentioned the AMA, that he's listened to him for a year or so.
2 years.
2 years. So
as
2 years,
audio.
in his mind, there's a face.
Exactly.
Somewhat.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
some
yeah.
sort of
True.
face.
Sure.
And then he's completely not what he thought. That could be a bit of a problem. Like
Yeah.
you have a young voice and then you look
Okay,
really old.
again, good exercise. Can you please send us descriptions if you're only listeners of the podcast, not you haven't seen
Yeah,
the
but
video.
now our
But they
faces
can
on the
Google-
poster,
They
yeah.
can Google
Yeah.
you. Silvery.
Okay, if you have anyone out there
Have you
who has
met
Who
my
never
is
seen
listening
us-
as an audio
Yeah.
for the first
Yeah,
time?
have you
and has never seen us.
Uncle Vijayakar? The moment
Yeah.
you say a name, he Googles it. and then he tells you all the information like it's his own.
Yeah.
You know, immediately. It's ridiculous.
But but also I just realized this is just inviting roast descriptions of yourself.
Wait, Nandish
yeah.
says,
Rose
Nandish
description
says
of-
I used to listen to just audio, but most of the times Aras is talking over someone, so looking at the video helps. Read lips.
Nandish, first you praise Meghnad. Then you sort of insult me. What's going on here? This guy is definitely a program from your side,
Wait,
Meghnad.
is this
to
my
destroy
dad?
the host.
My dad is here.
He's finally listening. He heard an hour 2
And
minutes.
he's smart enough
Yes.
to take another name. He's
Yeah.
going to be associated with this brand, whatever happens. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Chalo, let's
But,
take one
I
more
think-
because
Let me take a quick one, which will also let us plug our merch. Abbas, where do you get your t-shirts from? Abbas,
Where do I get my t-shirts from? From ivm.podcast.com. There is a shop tab there.
now we told him,
That's the
Meghnad not to wear
merch, yes.
glitzy t-shirts and
Arre Baba.
eye-catching t-shirts. Okay, but he continues to wear it.
Can you please
You should
empathize with me that as a plus-sized person, there are only select few places which have t-shirts that fit me, and I have to cater to. They have to cater to me, and
But
I
these
have to.
places have hundreds of t-shirts because you've got hundreds of
Don't
t-shirts.
speak
That's
about
true,
yourself
yeah.
like that, Abbas. You're a strong, independent woman. Don't worry.
So Binoy, first go to the IVM
You're a-
site and order merch from there, and then you can go to redwolf.in,
What?
which is where I get my
Bugle,
t-shirts from.
Red Wolf. Mera baap ka kya hoga beech mein?
Yeah.
This is wrong. This is so wrong. Ambush marketing in front of us. Huh.
But
Say
Ramanathan
something.
Neelkantan is asking, Rajat Kapoor episode is coming this Friday or what?
Friday, correct? Yes.
It should,
Yep.
as long as he's really outside the door. Now, I don't know for sure. I'll look at Spurs, who's 22 and lost interest in our show. But he seems to be more interested in famous names, so maybe it'll happen. Spurs, is he there or not? Spurs has no clue. I think Spurs...
Poor guy has been inside.
No,
the
I'll
room
tell
with
you.
us
I
the
can't
entire
tell
time,
the
yeah.
truth. Spurs is part of the NGO we look after here at IVM. And the only reason that he's
Hey,
here...
he's been
Yeah.
inside is no
So,
excuse. When I used to
We're also
produce
a
the
homeless
show,
shelter.
I always used to
offer.
push Cyrus saying, guest is outside, guest is outside.
No, but that time...
What is this for?
That time Amit and all used to entertain the guests and be nice to them.
Exactly, yeah.
Now the guest is just left outside. You know what happened to Rajpal Yadav in MTV?
No, nothing like
Can I
that.
tell you?
Baba.
At the height
Yes,
of his
please.
fame.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So we were playing cricket on the garage side in the old days in Parel, and he came into the front lobby, which is it's not closed. Watchman said, "Ab kaun hai?" So he said, "Rajpal Yadav." Watchman didn't know. He said, "Ruko." So
Oh, man.
kisko milne ka? So he didn't have a name. He didn't have a name. And
Correct,
So
yeah,
he just
yeah,
whatever. And then his phone was Rajpal's phone is not. He was not able to get a line out. And he was trying and trying. For 20 minutes, he was kept there in the lobby. I was a little bit irritated by the time
Of
somebody
course.
discovered
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
I'm sure.
It was so embarrassing, man.
Very embarrassing, yeah.
You gotta be careful, bro. If you're not Amitabh Bachchan or Shah Rukh Khan,
Yeah.
but if you are Amitabh Bachchan and they don't know you, then that's special. And that guy is also a celebrity. Yeah.
And that guy's getting fired. Someone who's thinking Amitabh Bachchan, wait,
Amitabh
getting
Bachchan,
fired.
naam nahi suna.
Yeah.
Can I say a slightly politically incorrect thing?
Now you're worried.
I mean, we have to end this.
His
we have,
village-
we have
Oh,
a
point
post
this
rating.
out.
Okay,
But,
fine.
but say
Back deep in
But-
northern
but-
Maharashtra, there's a village being bush-fired right now because of 400 years ki baat.
I was
By the
going
way.
to say, didn't Rajpal Yadav films cater to like people who were guards and stuff? So
No,
he-
you're right.
He should know.
You're right, but please
Yeah.
understand there are enough people who actually aren't that crazy about Hindi films. And
Yeah,
so
true.
the guard should have known, but there's one of those rare guards who's just not interested. Or he just didn't recognize him or the name. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
didn't
Maybe
recognize him.
Rajpal Yadav was always disheveled in his
Yeah, and
films.
also when they
Yeah.
come
And
for
for-
it,
so
they
if
you
he
don't
was
always
like
know
yeah,
the
yeah,
name
yeah,
after you're watching.
exactly that. They do up their hair and all that
Yeah,
and come.
yeah.
And they do look a little
Abbas.
different, but you should be able to.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's not politically incorrect because nowadays it's called reach and demographics. So
Yeah.
basically,
Like,
all
you
these
may not know
yeah,
this,
people are
the
essentially
guard
doing
was
the same thing.
Rajpal's demographic.
Our show is Watchmen,
They're
basically
just
Watchmen
saying it
listen
in
to
a
our show.
fancy way.
For example,
Yeah.
yeah. All top security guys listen to our show. I've been told by them, they've come and congratulated me and all that.
Yeah.
And,
That's
and
what keeps them out.
Shout out to, because we start early, right? For you guys, right?
Yeah.
10 a.m. I mean, that's right.
But
That's
10 a.m. is
breaking
early
dawn,
for
man.
everyone. It was early for
Cyrus-
Ruskin Bond.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, when
The
I
man
said
is
9,
88, okay? He's allowed a little leeway.
But also, Cyrus, you're a little out of the ordinary. You come at 8:50 in the morning. What time you reach? You reach
I have to
8:50?
write now. Amit is making me do all my work. Yeah, I have to do
He's
other
not
work.
making you. He's
Where do
like,
I write from?
No, sure, right from here, but
Yeah.
8:50
Dude,
a.m.
Silvery.
is a little.
it's too early.
But I can't come earlier
was-
Yeah.
because that would be too much for
I
the
was in
Suresh.
office. I was in office at 8:15 on most days and the door wasn't even open yet.
Yeah,
So I had
now
to
you
sit
know-
on the stairs,
now you know.
wait for it
You have to get
open.
Suresh's number and you have to call
Yeah.
Suresh.
I
And
did,
Suresh,
I did.
and
I
Suresh
did.
is a good Indian. If he's not there, he doesn't answer the phone.
Yes.
So you have your answer. Till the time he picks up the phone, you know he's not there. And then he picks up the phone and says, "Aa gaya." But for 40 minutes you're
Cyrus,
calling.
This is an experience you have also had basically.
Ask Rishi, I've taken my shirt off and stood there because there's no windows in that lift area. I was just sweating and sweating and sweating. And nobody knows where he is. And Suresh
Cyrus,
then,
you'll realize our worth for the rest of the week when we are not
one
here.
second, then Suresh came with his kid.
Oh yeah,
once.
Suresh's
And I was like,
kid.
what's going on? We're running a school here.
It's get your kid to
Yeah,
work. Yeah.
only he brought his kid. You know, it was a little
Bring your
creepy.
child to work
Yes.
day.
I
Papa,
thought-
what do you do? I open doors for Cyrus.
I thought they finally went with a younger face for the podcast. You know, like, 22-year-olds aren't responding and all that. Chalo, Meghnad, jaldi kar last. Has he come?
हाँ, last
Not
bit just एक announcement ही करना था कि Discord server join करो. And next week we have planned something interesting. So we are going to have different co-hosts than the usual. Tomorrow
mean
there
this
is
week?
This week
Ayushi.
only. This week onwards.
Yeah, this week. वही
हाँ.
this week ही
Yeah.
बोल रहा.
You said next
and,
week.
oh
He
shit,
can see
sorry.
the episode and make
This
his
week.
mistake later.
This week. So tomorrow
He's
there
giving
is
himself
Ayushi.
leeway if he wants to remove those episodes. Sorry.
Tomorrow
Go
there is
ahead.
Ayushi, Wednesday there is Shreyas, and Thursday there is Kajol hosting Cock and Bull.
Yeah.
So we are going to experiment a little and see how.
So just
you know,
as
how
we end the
do
show,
this.
just to put it in perspective,
Yes.
as Meghnad enters the show, slowly, your work becomes less and less
Yeah.
and you become more
Yeah,
redundant.
We see a pattern.
Silvery
Yes.
and Abbas, have you
Abbas
noticed
and I
that?
have both noticed. Clearly.
No, I welcome
clearly.
this.
And I just want to speak on behalf of all minorities that Abbas, you cannot sideline or we will take a morcha out.
Yes.
Silvery, on the other hand, overpaid Hindu boy from
Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
Powai,
Powai.
who's got 7
No, but-
buildings under his jurisdiction.
I don't need this shit, guys.
He'll just start his own IVM part 2. That's it.
Part two.
He'll be like Uddhav and Eknath Shinde.
But the fun thing is, Cyrus, a lot of
Yeah, it
people
is.
said that we don't talk about sports, and Ayushi really wants to talk about sports.
Done.
So when she's hosting, you know what the podcast is going to be like. So I think that
It's
something
great because
sports fan
not
can
only
do.
sports,
It's going to be a podcast nobody's going to tune into. Nobody likes sports.
as you know, as you know, Ayushi comes from the right side of the street. So we'll talk about high-profile sports like tennis, which most people can't afford. I like that also. I mean,
Rafting because she likes water and boating a lot.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly, absolutely,
So
super.
Kajol also wants to do some insanity, and Shreyas also has some plans. So all the episodes in the next episode.
Don't mention Shreyas. One from the
He has
family is
Some
enough.
plans.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and he'll start
Yeah.
reading palms for which he thinks is the greatest piece of comedy the world has ever seen. But every single comedian and spectator has requested him to stop. Am I right,
Yes,
Silvery?
correct.
Somebody has to say it. That's fine.
Basically,
That's
Every
fine.
time.
Wow.
There is
Nice
one-
cover band. Nice
Yes.
tribute band.
The sad part is side A, side B same hai.
Basically,
Okay, guys.
the point
Sorry,
being, so
Meghnad.
many people were complaining that this podcast is so chaotic and I love it. Ab low chaos. Ab low.
Ab low.
Next week is going
Yes,
to be utter
bombarding
chaos,
you
which
with
is going to
chaos
be
only,
fun.
correct.
You think?
Chaos.
We have 2 women in charge. That'll be very good, the show. Immediately it's better.
We'll see. We'll see.
Look at you, sexist.
Chalo.
I got that
Hey,
immediately.
I don't know.
That's
I'm just
dirty,
saying.
big sarcasm.
I'm just saying that Abbas and I will be missed, I think.
ए यार
It's too late.
पता चला 9:45 बजे स्पर्श का फोन है ए someone dropped out can you come to the studio
And then he'll ask,
Very possible.
He'll ask him, have you crossed the link? And he'll say, "मैं तो बिस्तर पे हूँ."
I've just
That
gotten up.
happened today.
You just woke me up, Sparsh. What are you
that
talking-
happened today
I was
doesn't
having a
even
nice
need
dream.
to-
Yes.
Bro, I'm so scared. Suresh and you, I call first before the day starts. Okay?
Chalo,
Meghnad,
we have to end this.
we must
today.
end it.
please.
I
To
think
end
so,
this,
yeah.
Rajat
Will you ask your
Kapoor
dad
is
to give it
waiting.
one more try, yaar? I think
Yeah,
we're doing
yeah,
a show
I'll
with
try.
Ayaz. He likes cricket now. We're doing a show with Ayaz
Uh-huh.
at some point, hopefully, in the next
Uh-huh.
week or two. If that
I'm working-
pans out,
yeah.
or whenever it pans out, you at least let him hear that. That'll be
Yeah,
less
absolutely.
chaotic, 2 people talking, and cricket.
Absolutely.
Okay?
I'll do
Get
that.
them to give us
Okay.
one more chance.
Yeah,
He's come.
I'll-
Rajat has
I'll-
come. Okay, everybody off it. Off
Okay,
it.
bye-bye.
Off it.
bye see ya
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In, or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.